Hey everybody, welcome to All Things Knit and Stitches. I'm Nicole and this is where I talk about all the stuff I'm getting up to craft-wise. Today's video is going to be all about cross stitch and I am going to be doing my 2025 WIP Parade. So it's probably going to be a little bit of a longer video and so I'm going to go over all of my plans and thoughts about the year, and then I'm going to turn the camera around and show you guys all of my WIPs. So I don't have a lot of information about what I accomplished in 2024. I was really bad about taking notes and keeping all the details, but I do strive to do better at that moving forward. Of course, we're not perfect. I am definitely not perfect. I love plans. I love I love the thought of having notes and keeping track of everything, but it falls by the wayside quite a bit. But I'm going to really try to stay on top of that because I would really like that information and I would like to be able to share that information with you guys. So first off, as far as plans go, so leading up to Christmas, I had several projects that I wanted to work on, and I hadn't started them. They'd been in my stash. Some of them were big, and so the bigger ones, I guess I just was, reluctant to start them because I felt like it was such a commitment. But I just have kind of tried to change my outlook on that, and just, the hardest part is starting, gathering all the supplies, the fabric, the floss, and actually getting it started. And then once it's started, it's easy to pick it up and work on it. And so my philosophy was, okay, I'm going to get these things started, and that way they will be WIPs, and then I can hopefully like put them in rotation and get progress on them. So leading up to Christmas, the 12 days before Christmas, I did 12 starts of Christmas. And so I did post most of them on Instagram. I did kind of fall off. It got a little crazy right around the couple days right before Christmas, but I am going to try to go back and like post the rest of them so I have all 12 on Instagram, and then that way as I move forward I can update like the progress and stuff. But basically every day, so I picked 12 projects, and every day I tried to work on that as much as I could, at least start it. So some of them are I got a decent amount of progress done, and then some of them it's like 3 stitches. There's one project that I did not start that I wanted to, and I did leave it in with my WIPs because I do want to like get it done. So I just left it in the WIPs and put it on my decision wheel for starts, and when if it comes up, then I'll start it and get it done. But all the stuff is in there. Okay, so then leading up and right after the first of the year, I went through all of my WIPs and kind of tried to decide, like, if there was anything in there definitely that I didn't want to do, I took it out, whether it was like I just wasn't feeling it anymore, or the fabric wasn't right, or whatever it was. So most of these WIPs are ones that I want to like really keep working on and finish. There are a couple, and I will discuss that when I get to them, that are not something that, or they're like kind of like I'm up in the air about what I want to do. Like I'm not sure if I want to finish them. I'm not sure if I want to change the fabric. So I didn't want to take them out yet, but I did. I didn't want to like remove them from my WIPs, but I'm not sure if I want to keep going. So they'll kind of be a game time decision. But I'll discuss that like when I get to that part. And so what I decided to do is I put all of my WIPs in a decision wheel. And at the first of every month, I'm going to spin it twice to pick 2 projects. And I'm going to pull those 2 projects out. Those are going to be in my basket of current like WIPs. Along with that, I'm going to have, I have 2 series. One is the ABC Sampler by Little House Needleworks. I'm trying to get one of those done per month. I did complete the first one in January, and so that's going well. The other series is the, I don't know what it's called. but I'll pull it out. It's also by Little House Country Cottage Needleworks, actually. And it's the new one that's monthly. It's like a little street. Um, so I'm doing that as well. As far as that one goes, my plan is I'm going to just start it, work on it, and then when the month is over, if it's not done, I'll just put it away, and then I'll finish it next year. And then on top of that, I have a bag that's full of small samplers that I want to do one color. And there is also some, Jessica, the sweet water stitcher, was talking about, her and Bernadette from Burn Stitches were talking about like doing stuff that is under 100 stitches by 100 stitches. And I was like, that's a really good idea. So I pulled a bunch of those out that I want to get done. And so those are all kind of in a bag. And so basically between those and my samplers, I'll have one of those in my current WIP basket. And so that is what I will work on. Those are the ones I will pull from every month. So I'll have the 2 from the Decision Wheel for my WIPs. I'll have the Country Cottage Needleworks series, the ABC Sampler series, and then I'll have a small, whether it be a sampler or just another small. And so I will show you some of those. If I think I have the bag of them on this table, so I'll kind of show you some of them, not all of them, but that is my plan. Now, obviously, there's going to be stuff that comes out. I already have several things that are on my radar that I want to stitch, and I'm trying to not start them until I finish something else. But I'm sure that there will be plenty of things that I start this year, and because there's going to be stuff coming out at market, and like people release stuff all throughout the year, and it's like some things that just can't be resisted. And so with that being said, that's like my plan. Also, when it comes to seasonal stuff, because all the stuff on my main decision wheel is just normal everyday stuff. I am a seasonal stitcher. I don't really like to stitch if I'm not leading up to or in that season. And so what my thoughts were is that I will just either have a separate decision wheel for the seasons and pick something. And then if I finish that, like pick it again, pick another one. Or I will just go through that bag or that section of stuff, like Valentine's Day, for instance. Like I pulled out a bunch of stuff that I want to make. I haven't started anything yet, so I'm either going to just decide, okay, I'm going to make this one first, pull that out, or I will put those all in a decision wheel and let the decision wheel decide, and then I'll just start with that thing and then move forward. I hope that none of the now that I'm saying it, I'm like, oh my God, this is a lot. Like, people are probably like, what are you talking about? Hopefully this isn't confusing, but it makes sense to me. And so I am using a planner to try to keep track of what I'm doing every day. Also, I am going to try to list, like if I start something, list it in that month so that I know. List anything I purchase so that I know when I got it, and like just kind of keep track of all that stuff. Last year I created a database on my computer with all of my patterns that I have, and I'm trying to, like, I try to keep notes in there about where they're at, if it's started, if it's part of a series or like whatever. But I know like towards the end of the year whatever I got as far as new purchases, they did not get added in there, and so I definitely need to update that. So this will just kind of be like having that information in a couple different places, and that way I know, like, hopefully I have the details. Also having cards inside of each project bag so that I can have the details. As you will see when I go through this today, like most of this stuff, I'm like, I have no idea what the fabric is because I didn't write it down. Because of course I'm like, I don't know what that is. I don't remember. And then when you have 50 projects, you don't remember. But I'm going to try to figure it out through process of elimination, or just kind of whatever. But moving forward, I'm going to try to keep better track of that. I did buy, um, I don't have very many like fabric project bags. I'll show you a couple, but I did buy these on Amazon. I have ones that are colored like this, and then I also have just the clear ones that are black. I actually really like these because they fit everything really well. They're inexpensive and they're semi-transparent, so you can kind of see. And then I have these key tags on most of them, and that kind of tells me what it is. I don't have it on all of them, so as I kind of go through, like as stuff comes up, I'm going to try to put it in one of these, put a tag on it, and put all of my floss like on floss drops, because some of them are just loose DMC and, you know, stuff like that. So thank you for listening to that rambling of all my plans, and hopefully like it makes sense. Or if not, hopefully as I go through this, it will make more sense. But anyway, I'm going to turn the camera around and dive into all of the WIPs. I kind of have them sorted into seasons, but not really. So this is kind of be random, and they're in no particular order as far as that goes. But we'll just kind of talk about them as they come up. Okay, so let's get into all the WIPs. Like I said, they're not in any kind of order. And there might be like lots of cuts because I'll pause and stop when I'm trying to like dig something out or look something up. Like I'll try to not make you guys sit through all that. But this is one of my 12 starts of Christmas, and this is Blessings Be Thine by With Thy Needle and Thread. I love this pattern so much. I've had it in my stash for quite a while. I have a mix of, well, I think it's mostly DMC that I pulled. I just went off the picture, and then I have one pink that I'm using as a week's dye works. But this was, this is probably 28 count mushroom, and this is just how far I've got. I did this little flower pot right here, and so love this. This is one of my WIPs for January. So this was one of the things that popped up on the decision wheel, and it's kind of cool because it is like Valentine's Day, you know, ish. So I'm kind of already in the mood to work on that. So that's really cool because I love this one. Okay, this is the series I was talking about that I'm going to try to do every month. I'm in the club from Back Quarter Shop. I'm pretty sure in January they sent the pattern in a starter pack of classic color works, and so they're all the same. They're just like a little street scene, and I'll show you the Valentine's Day one because I have that one, or the February one, and then I've seen the March one, and it's really cute too. So this is where I'm at. I'm currently working on it, so that's why it's in this hoop. This is 14 count Ada that I dyed myself, and so yeah, this is as far as I've gotten. Like I said, I want to keep it in my basket through the month of January and see how far I can get, and then when January's over, I'm going to switch out to February's, and whatever's left, I will just complete it next year. But that way, at least, like, I'm making progress on the series. So that's where that's at. I just liked this color. I just dyed this. I had a bunch of Ada that I dyed, and I really like this color. So that's why I picked Ada. I'm not saying that I will do all of them on the same fabric. They're not going to be out at the same time, so I'm not necessarily going to use the same fabric for all of them, but this is the January. This is February's, so you can see, and that's super cute as well. So, okay, next up is, this was also called for in January, and when I say that, like I said, I'm going to spin the wheel twice, my decision wheel, and this was the second one along with the Blessings Be Thine. And it's just kind of funny because they're both very Valentine's Day-ish, because this is like a love kind of lovey sampler. So anyway, this I believe is Brown Sugar Boba by Grace Notes Fabrics, because I was in her club for a while. 32 count. I'm using Call for Colors. This is the colors right here. These are my new Valentine's Day floss drops that I have in my Etsy shop, which I'll link below. And they are just vintage scenes. I have a couple sets. It varies on the amount. There's either 16, 18, or 20 in a pack. And I use these rings, but I actually sell them with the flexible rings that are a little bit bigger. And so if you like those, check that out. And they have a white back, so you can easily write the number on the back. So that is that one. And I love this. This is like the one I'm actually like been working on the last couple of days, and I love it so much. So I hope that I can get this finished. So this is, and I can't show you the pattern because it's just a pattern, it's free, but it's from Lottie Da on their website. And so like I said, I'm going to work on a small sampler or a small stitch, like kind of have one ongoing throughout the year. This is my first one. I picked this up right at the beginning of January and finished it. So it took me like 2 days sitting just at night stitching. This is color 3778, and this is just a piece of fabric that I tea-dyed. So basically I'll just like decide which one I want to do next. I'll see if I have a piece of fabric that fits, and then I'll pull like a color and just kind of try to match it up like that. And it's just very random. I just literally go to I have a wall of all my overdyes, or I have all my DMC like in drawers, and I just kind of just whatever I feel like the color and the fabric at that time. So this is actually done in it's charted in a couple different colors, but I'm just doing everything like one color, and I love it. I love the color and the like tininess of it. And it's funny because we were actually watching The Penguin while I was working on this, so I'll always think about that, I think. I just kind of remember working on that as we were watching the first season of The Penguin, which is really good if you guys haven't watched it. So these are also some floss drops that I haven't added to my shop yet, but I'm going to. You'll see a bunch of different shapes and colors and patterns and stuff. So I've been using them and testing them out just to make sure that they're good before I like sell them. And I love them because they're just small and easy to just kind of kit up your DMC, and they're going to be pretty inexpensive. Big pack, probably like 30. So be on the lookout for that. This is my next sampler by the Old Barn Stitching Company, and I actually found them through Periwinkle Stitcher. She was talking about them, and so I went to their website, and they have a bunch of cute little samplers, and so I downloaded a couple. You'll see another one in my WIPs, and so check them out. And so this one's next, and I am doing it. This is my little tiny start, and I am doing it in this Roxy Floss Grunge is the color, and I love it. So that's that. And this looks like it's probably 28 count mushroom. Like I said, I just pull a scrap piece of fabric. And I have 2 more from Lottie Da that are free, so I can't show you in here. And then I have this blue and green sampler that I'm also going to do in one color. And this is 94 by 100, so it's fairly small. The one that I had done, just so you know, for size purposes, this is 53 by 56. Okay, so those are my samplers. So here are some Valentine's Day things that I have in my folder. So basically, I just pulled out a bunch of Valentine's Day stuff that I want to work on. They're not WIPs. So as the seasons come up, I'm either going to pull WIPs that are that season or new projects that I want to make, and then either just decide I'm gonna start this one, or I will let the decision wheel, I'll put them in a decision wheel and let that figure it out. Okay, so this is You Got the Love by Hello from Liz Matthews. I definitely would like to get this done. Not sure color combination yet, but I think that's definitely on my list. Hands On Design does a ton of freebies. Or she does one of these every year, so she has a ton on her site right now. And this is, I did a bunch last year, and this is one that I would like to get done this year. Here is another one, Be Mine. So they're just very small and quick stitches. Just trying not to show you the charts. I'll use this. Here's another one, I Am Home. And it's like a little house. That's really cute. It tells you how to do all that, how to finish it. This Heart, Love is Kind. So I just downloaded or printed all these off last year and got a couple done. And then these are the ones I didn't do last year. So just kind of try to get a couple done every year. And I did take pictures of all my Valentine's Day stuff because I put it up yesterday. And so I will try to have that either at the front or the end of this video. This from Counter Stitches on Etsy, and it's both of these little patterns, and they're super tiny. So those are cute. Another Hands On Design. And this is charted for both over 1 and over 2. So depending on how you want to do it. I have this is the last year's Pillow of the Month from Erica of Confessions of a Homeschooler. So this is what it looks like down here. And it's super tiny. It is only 38 by 38. And then the last two I have are the February 9 patch and the Lovebirds by Primrose Cottage. And so those are just kind of some Valentine's Day that I pulled out, and I will add those in, you know, as I feel like, or get more into the Valentine's Day stitchy mood. So this is another Valentine's Day pattern that was supposed to be in that that bag. This is from Primrose Cottage as well, and this is the Be Mine Home. She's a bunch of these little houses that are super cute, and so definitely am adding that to my plans. I also have this from the Primitive Hair, Love Never Fails. So another cute, I'm pretty sure this was a freebie. And our start of Christmas was the Plum Street Samplers of Miss Bingley's Library. And I love this so much. Okay, so first up, more of my floss drops that are coming. Like I said, I've been testing them out just to make sure that they are worthy. And so this is probably all the called for colors because she does do DMC conversion. So yeah, those are all the called for colors. And I just kind of got started on the on Miss Bingley and the books, and so I'm trying to kind of work my way to the house so I can really bust that out because that's the biggest part, and then, or at least outline it, and then go from there. But I am a big reader, and so I love this when I saw it. And also I am reading all of Jane Austen's books, which is what this is from. I'm reading all of those this year. Every year I pick a author and try to read, you know, if not all their books, at least some of their books. And so it's kind of cool because I just finished Pride and Prejudice, and I've already read Sense and Sensibility. I've read some of her books before in years past, but I'm just kind of going back and reading them all in order that she wrote them. And so I just finished Pride and Prejudice, and then so I think next is Mansfield Park, which I've never read. So, and when I say read, I listen to books. I listen to audiobooks because if I read books, I would never do anything else because I read a lot. And so I'm able to get multiple things done. Oh, and the fabric is a 32 count that I did myself. Okay, next up is the... Okay, this is the one that I was talking about that I did not start. So this is Love Spoken Here by Lottie Da. This is the fabric, and it is vellum, 28 count vellum. And I saw this at Shepherd's Bush and wanted to do their conversion, which is pink. And I will see if I can find a picture on my iPad to show you, because it is really, really stunning. Okay, so this is their sample, and it is so, just so beautiful. And so this is the color conversion that I wanted to get, because I'd seen it on their wall, and it's just like gorgeous. So that was one of my 12 starts of Christmas that I didn't start, but I left it in there because I do want to get going on it. So that is gonna be, we're gonna pretend like it's a WIP. And the 12 starts of Christmas are these Seasons of the Heart, which everybody has done. And so I started with winter, and I'm just counting all 4 of them as one WIP, because as soon as I'm done with this one, I'm going to start another one. And I just got a little bit of the outline of the house done, and so that's all I was able to do. And I'm just using my own conversion that I made from DMC. So I just have the colors here, and I'll just kind of use some of the similar colors and pull colors as I go from season to season. And this is 32 count vintage country mocha. Okay, another start, 12 starts of Christmas. Another Shepherd's Bush conversion is this Prim Alphabet sampler from Frog Cottage. And I just got this one little flower done over here. Here's all their, this is their, I don't think, it's not a conversion. It's just they pulled all the colors for me. They did it exactly as called. They did replace one color, the River Rock, which is this color. And this is on 32 count platinum Belfast linen. So that is where I got to on that one. The next one, this was the first day, and this is my start on the Plum Street Lesson 2. And I think there's 5. I have 2 of them. And I may do, I don't know if I'll do all of them, because some of them I don't love, but this is on 28 count Ren, and I think it's all the called for colors. So, but I love that. And I just kind of started in the middle on this one. Okay, next up, this was another 12 starts of Christmas, is Love Letters by Modern Folk Embroidery. I love their patterns. And so I'm doing this on, I believe this is that Brown Sugar Boba, maybe, by Grace Notes. And I'm doing Berry Cobbler as the color, and I just love the way it's turning out. I think it's really pretty. So that is how far I got. Again, I think I started probably, yeah, that's the middle. So middle start, just to make sure. I just randomly kind of decide. I probably didn't want to do the border, so I just started in the middle and figured I would go from there. But so it's just kind of random how I decide where to start. Depends on the pattern. Okay, another modern folk embroidery and another 12 starts of Christmas. So this one, I really debated doing it black because I like that a lot. But my kitchen's, I have a lot of bee stuff on. I have these open shelves. And so I decided to do it on this. Um, this is a hive, if you can see the little hives by Fabric Flair, and this was in a Stitch Quarterly box from Fat Quarter Shop. It's a 14 count Aida, and I just thought that that would look really good with the one color, and so I decided to use honeycomb, and that was my start. This is the opposite. I started with the border, so but I love this so much. I think it's going to be really pretty on this. And what I was saying is I have a bunch of open shelves with bee stuff, and I have a lot of the Primrose Cottage, which is all on white. And so I thought this would look good on this fabric instead of doing it on like a dark. And this is in one of the only bags that I have that's a fabric bag that I bought a while back from Dot Goose, and I really love it. I love the fabric and stuff, so that's where I'm housing my bee project because it is fitting. Okay, so this is another 12 Days of Starts and another one from Shepherd's Bush. So I really love their sample, and I must have just bought the pattern because I don't have their conversion, or I didn't, because usually when I buy stuff from them, maybe I saw it there and then later I bought it elsewhere, just a pattern. I don't know. But anyway, I saw the sample in their shop and it is absolutely gorgeous. And so this was one of my starts. Like I said, I'm doing this on tea-dyed 28 count linen. This I probably would have picked up from probably Hobby Lobby or Michael's. And so I started down here in the bottom corner and probably just going to work my way over. And so that is where I'm at. This is so gorgeous. I cannot wait for this to be done, but it is a very big, at least to me, it is 254 by 243. So it's probably going to be a while. Although it's not a ton of stitching because it has a lot of open space. So maybe it won't take as long as I think. Another one I've had forever is The History of Sheep, and I bought this at Shepherd's Bush, but I did not buy the fabric or the floss because I'm doing DMC, which maybe that's why I didn't buy it, because it was just DMC. So anyway, I got 16 count Heartland Aida. And I kind of debated, I bought this a long time ago when I was like only an Aida stitcher, and I was debating on whether I was going to change it out. But I decided that I actually like the way this looks. And so I just decided to go ahead and do it on this. And then I will, it'll be fine. Because like I said, I think it looks really nice. And I didn't want to waste this fabric. So this is the first part. So I got this block outlined with the grass. That's all I was able to get done. But I love this because, and like I said, I have all parts. I love that it's like a series and they all go together, but you don't have, like, they're not like blocks. So it's kind of cool. So it's not just like you're stitching a bunch of blocks this size, like everything's different, but it shows you how to put it together. So I'm super excited to have that done. I am a knitter first and foremost, and so I love stuff to do with sheep and whatnot. Okay, I think this is my last start of Christmas, and it is the hardest one, in my opinion. These are the summer schoolhouse, and I have all of them, and I want to do all of them. And I just started in the bottom right here, and I didn't realize that this was 1/1. And so I'm not used to doing that, and so this was kind of difficult. But even though this is multiple patterns, I'm just counting it as one. And that is, I think it's 28 count mushroom that I'm stitching those on. Okay, now let's move into some other, these are all just WIPs, and I think they're like normal, everyday kind of stitching. This first one was a birthday start. My birthday's in November, and I love this for a long time, so I wanted to start it. And this is the Live Simply Sampler by the Blue Bird Needleworks, and I just did a little start up here in the top corner. But the colors are so pretty, and this looks like a 32 count. I don't know what it is, but I probably can figure it out and write that down. But this is going to be, it's 215 by 215, so it's going to be pretty big too. But I just love all of the, I love the flowers and the birds and the colors, and it's just really pretty. So, but I didn't get very far on my birthday, and I was doing fall stuff, so I didn't pick it up again. But okay, so this is a whole like story, and I don't think I've said it before. Maybe I have, but anyway, okay, so my husband is an active duty Marine, and he's been on active duty for 31 years. Next year he'll retire. So when I first came across these, I was like, oh, they're cute, but I didn't think of anything of it. And then I decided, after I thought about it, I was like, it'd be really cool to do one for everywhere we've lived. And so that's what I decided to do. And so we have lived in all of these places, and except for Michigan. Now, the only reason I'm doing Michigan is because he's from Michigan, and I would be doing North Carolina because we lived there twice, but that's where I'm from. So I'm doing those two. We have lived in Indiana, which is the one finish that I have, and it's just, I just kind of pick them randomly. I have the floss in each one, and then this is 25 count Lugana, like a natural Lugana that you get at Hobby Lobby. And it's a nice, like, it's pliable, and so it'll make nice pillows. And so it's just random that I did Indiana first. I actually did it second, but I'll tell you that in a minute. And then so I have Michigan, North Carolina, Indiana. We were in Kentucky. Then we went to South Carolina at Parris Island. We went back to Kentucky. Then we went to Virginia, Quantico, Virginia. And then from there, we moved here to Texas. And this is where he's going to retire. The other one is this companion chart that goes with it that I recently downloaded from their website, and I thought it'd be really cute to frame this like they have it framed, and then make these into pillows and have these like next to it in like a bowl, and then have the frame piece. So I thought that'd be really cool. Okay, and then also on their website, she does, this is for the whole, like all of the states. This is a list of all the thread used, so you just have to go through and find the ones you need, and then they do like a DMC conversion, so it's really easy to convert it, which is what I'm doing. Like some of them, like I said, I had this color, so I did it in that, but most of them I'm just doing it in the DMC. Okay, so Michigan, I started that first. I didn't like the fabric, and so I put it aside and started Indiana on this fabric. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it, but then I had the brilliant idea to finish it and frame it, which is what I did. This is my piece framed. I got this frame at Home Goods. It fits in here like almost perfect, and I gave this to Jared's mom for Christmas, and she loves it. So it worked out that it didn't go to waste. So I love that. Okay, so that is like a big ongoing WIP. I mean, they're pretty easy to do. So hopefully when that comes up on the decision wheel, I'll be able to get a couple of the states done. Okay, another WIP is Modern Folk Embroidery, Let Love Rule. I'm not 100% sure. This might be free. Let me see if it says. Um, I'm not sure. Um, but you can check it out on their website. They have a lot of really, really nice patterns. And so I started this a while back. This is, it looks like it's vintage country mocha, and I picked this color, which says it's a limited edition, but I think it's Jasper. So I'm not sure if it's available or if it was just like one time. But I'm doing this 1/2, and I love it. I think it's so pretty, the variegation. So that should be a pretty easy finish when I get back to it. Okay. Next up is this Lindsay's Flower Basket. Now, this is in their planner. So I just have a little bitty start on this. I do like this, so if it pops up, I will probably do it. If it doesn't, I don't know. I just don't gravitate towards doing it, and I don't know, but it should be fairly quick. So if it does pop up 1 month on the decision wheel, depending on what else I have going on, I will try to get it done because I think it is pretty, and it will go like in my bedroom, or it can be in one of the bathrooms, or just out in the spring and summer and stuff because it's pretty. So anyway, it's inside this planner that they sell, and I have this on my Etsy shop as well because I sell their stuff, and it is set up so that you can keep track of all the details, and then you have like a little spot to finish or put a finished picture. And this is in there. So right there, the chart's on the other side, so I didn't want to show you that. And it also comes with a couple pages of like really pretty stickers in the front. And so if you like keeping track like that, these are really nice, and they're small enough to just throw them in your stitching bag. So okay, this next one, which is this Stacy Nash Pretty in Pink Heap, I think I'm going to restart on a different fabric. So a couple years ago, Nettie from Primrose Cottage, which is mom, started this as a stitch along, and so that's how I started it. But this is 18 count Aida, and I don't love it. It's really stiff, and I just don't like stitching on it, and I don't like the coverage. So I will probably restart this on something higher with 1 strand. And since I don't have like a ton done, I think it'll be fine. So that is what will probably happen when this one gets called up. But I do love it. I love the colors. Okay, next up is this kit from Little House Needleworks, the Birdhouse Alphabet. I got this at the stitching shop in Denver. On a trip that I went with Jared. I traveled with him all over, and so it is a really, really nice shop if you're ever in Denver. They have a ton of stuff, and they have like these big bins in alphabetical order by designer, and then you just pull it out and you go through it, and they have like old patterns, like just so much stuff. It's really, really nice, and they're very nice ladies in there. Okay, so anyway, I found this in there. I love birds. I love the color and everything. So this is probably a 28 count something. I'm not sure. But it came with this silk and beanstalk, which is really pretty. And I've never used silk before. And so that's kind of nice. And the buttons that go on the little flowers. And so I have like a teeny, teeny, tiny start. I think I was like in a start mode, and I was starting a bunch of stuff, so that's why I didn't get very far. But I love this. Another quick stitch that I probably should just throw in with my samplers, but I don't know. I may do that just to get it to jump the line a little bit. Okay, this is a 2024 Collector's Heart, and this is my progress. And it comes with the linen, which is 32 count platinum Belfast linen, and the chart, and then the button. So you got the little button there, and then here are all the DMC colors. I need to put them on floss drops. But love, love, love this. I thought I had the 2023 somewhere, but maybe I never started it, so that's why it's not in here. But I love this, so excited to get back to that. Okay, this next one is 2 years old. I didn't touch it all last year. This I did the year before. I did Mania in May. And so basically I picked a pattern every week, and I did it from start to finish that week. Not start to finish, but that's all I worked on the whole week was that one pattern. And so this is where, this is what I did with this one. And so I am using the color Tea Rose by the Gentle Art. And I just have to finish this bird and do this heart with the big crosses, and I will be done. You can put buttons or there's stitches. Yeah, it's charted for either way. And so I'll just decide. I kind of like the buttons. And then I redid the letters and put my initials right there. But this is like 25 count Lugana. Yeah, I think even weave, white. And I love it. I think it'll be really pretty in here in like a frame in my craft room. But I need to just finish it because there's not a lot of it left. So, okay, this one is another, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so I am working on the little house that's on the back here. And this is 14 count iridescent Ada. I don't know if you can see it's got like iridescent strands in it, which is really pretty. But I definitely want to do this house. And I was planning on doing the bigger chart, but I don't know if I will. I like it. And I like the way they have it finished. But I don't know. It'll be a game time decision. But I'm definitely finishing the little house because it's just not a lot left. Okay, another sampler from the Old Barn Company, the Old Barn Stitching Company. And this is French Fancy. It's charted in 2 pinks, but I've decided to do it in 1. This is my little baby start. So it's got 1, 2, 3 different borders. And then it's just the letters and numbers. So it should be pretty quick, but the border is probably the biggest part. And I'm using this color Rose Petal on what looks like a 32 count something. So I don't know, but I love this. I love little samplers right now for some reason. So I probably need to throw this in with my samplers as well, so that I could just work on that. Okay, next up is Christmas stuff, I believe. So let's see. Okay, so this next one is the Christmas Fruit Basket by Threadwork Primitives. I do not have the cover sheet, so let me see if I can find it. Okay, so here is the pattern. I love this so much. I think it's just like really elegant and simple, and worked on it this past Christmas, but I didn't get a lot done. So, okay, so I was watching, and this is a 28 count that I tea-dyed. So I like how it looks old and antique-y, but okay, so I was watching Nicole Spore, and she was talking about how she was kind of disappointed with the amount of Christmas stitches that she had, and that she was going to kind of focus on that this year. And I was like, you know, that's true. Like, Christmas to me seems like it's the shortest stitching season, because I don't know about everybody else, but for me, I stop around Thanksgiving, stitching fall, start Christmas, and then it's only until Christmas Day, and then I don't really want to talk about Christmas anymore. So, hi, buddy. Hi. Walter's trying to talk to me. So, he's been really good, but he's a very needy puppy, aren't you? I love you. Go lay on the couch. Go lay on the couch, buddy. So, anyway, I know that I will not be able to work on it all year because that's just not the person I am. But I was thinking about either incorporating a 25th day stitch so that I can have one of these and work on it. Like I'd finish this, work on this on the 25th of every month. If this gets done, I'll pull another Christmas WIP, work on that. And or do Christmas in July and get some stuff done, on that. So I don't know, but definitely I feel like I don't have a lot of Christmas WIPs. Or Christmas finishes. I love you, buddy. And so definitely need to get more going. So I need to figure out a couple ways to incorporate that. Okay. Next up is another one I don't have a picture of. This is a companion Quaker Christmas tree sampler. I'm doing it all in one color. I love this so much. It's so pretty. And I think Lori Holt might have finished it. I saw it on her channel all in one color. It's really pretty. But don't quote me on that. So I just got a little bitty start. And I'm using color 3362. Which I think is a really pretty green. Okay, I had to move over to my couch because Walter was really craving some love. And so I have Walter and I have Luna. And they are very, very needy dogs. And they like to be touched all the time. And they just like attention and love. And so I decided to move over here. So the rest of it I'm going to try to do with this front-facing camera. And that way I'm sitting with him. So he feels better. So, gotta love the dogs. And then I got Willis over here that you can't see because he's right there. And then Gemma is on the other side over there in like a dog bed. So hopefully they just behave themselves. And Luna left and she went over there too. So anyway, so my piles are all kind of messed up because I moved them over here and they're very precariously about to fall, but hopefully it'll be okay. Okay, so next up is, so this was a start in July, and it was a stitch along that somebody was doing for this house right here. I cannot remember who was doing it, so I apologize, but I love the pink house. Here's a little bit better picture. And I love you can personalize it with a bunch of people. So I decided to jump on the stitch along. And this is where I'm at. So I just got a little start. This is the top corner on that. But I love it so much. And I'm excited to get back to it. And this is a 32 count. I have no idea, but, no, I don't have a tag in here, but anyway, I'm excited to get back to that. And like I was saying, I think before, I'm hoping to maybe incorporate some way to get more Christmas done. So whether it be 25th day stitch or, Christmas in July, like when we get to July, we'll see. Because I do love to do patriotic stuff, but if I do all that in June, then maybe, maybe. Okay, next up is the Winter Quaker by Primrose Cottage. I love these so much. I do not know. I have a couple of them started and haven't finished them, but it is on 28 count mushroom. That's my little bitty start, and this is the color Battleship. It's a really, really pretty variegated blue by Color and Cotton. The next one is the Wee Santa 2023. This was also a stitch along. I can't remember who was hosting this as well, but I did get quite a bit of it done. This is on, I think it's 14 count, like a natural Aida. I got really, really close to the bottom, but I think a picture frame will kind of hide that. And I did finish his face and jacket, the blue part of his jacket, this winter or this Christmas, leading up to Christmas. And I kind of was like not feeling this pink. And so I put it down because I was debating on what to do. But I think I'm just going to finish it with the pink, the called for, because it matches the flowers. And I just really need to do the red part of his jacket, his legs, and then this one like flower over here. So I just need to finish it. Okay, this is also one I am debating on. Okay, so this is Rudolph by Fat Quarter Shop. It's So Emma. And there is a Santa and a snowman with the half face and then the letters or the names. I don't hate this. I actually like it. It just seems like it's not a lot, and it actually is a lot of fill-in. And so this is like where I'm at. No, this is like the top. So this is where I'm at, and so I still have quite a bit to do. I think I'll finish this, but I won't do the other ones. And yeah, so, but it is on black, chalkboard black, Ada. And so I don't hate it. I just don't know that it's like my top priority. But I think I will finish it just because I've done a lot already. Okay, so this is another one from Shepherd's Bush that I fell in love with. And it is Winter Greens by Little House Needleworks. And I'm going to show you their picture because I'm doing it on pink. So their picture in the shop was on red. Aztec red was the color, I believe. And I think we were there in October. Yes. Okay, this is a terrible picture. But, so, their sample was done on Aztec Red, and it was in the front window, so she said it faded. But I loved the way this looked. The pink, and then, you know, the green and golds and stuff. So, we found a color that we thought looked good. And so, this is where I'm at. And this is Weathered Roses by Belfast Linen. And I'm doing their conversion. And so it's all of these colors. And it is so pretty. It's just going to be so pretty and different, and I love it. So I'm excited to get back to that. They are the nicest ladies ever. This is the nicest store. So many samples. You just want to make everything. And so I love it. If you ever have a chance to get in there, then you need to. Okay. Okay, everything fell apart. So, all right. So next up is the Merry Home by Primrose Cottage. Another little house. This is the Christmas one. And this is where I got, so just a little bit of the roof. And so definitely need to get back to that. Okay, so then I have a couple of freebies here from October House. So this first one is the Winter Bird. And let's see if I can not show you the pattern. Okay, so Winter Bird. I'm pretty sure you can find this on our website. And this is where, or this is my finish. So, super cute. I'll probably just make it into a little pillow. And then, on the other side of this fabric, I started the Gloria, which I think was from this year. And it's just this tree. And that is right here. And so I just have a tiny little bit left of the tree, and then do the base with the, and then fill in all the like ornaments on the tree. So really pretty. And okay, so then I think that's might be all the Christmas. So let me move that over here. Okay, so now next up is spring, summer stuff. Okay, so this is Spring by Emily Call. And I love the orientation of the pillow. She has them for, I think, all the seasons. And this is my little bitty start. And I think, I don't know what this is. It looks like it's 28 count. It is very flimsy and thin, but I think that'll be really pretty. And then this is an It's So Emma pattern. This is Bloom Where You're Planted. And so you could do it this way, or you could do it individually, which is what I'm doing. And I am going to end up doing all three. So like I really have a finish, but I left it as a WIP because I want to do the other two. So I finished the pot, and the colors are really pretty and bright. And this is just white Lugana. And so I'm going to try to do one of the other ones this year, the boot or the bee, because I think that'd be really pretty. Okay, this next one I have issues with. So, this is the Seasonal Sampler Summer by Little House Needleworks, and they have done all of the seasons. And I just don't love the colors. I think I'm going to just change all the colors because I love houses and I love the thought of doing a seasonal, but they just don't scream summer to me. So, okay, so this is how far I got. And if you see, both sides of the house are different colors. They're different whites because it came with 12 grain, and I didn't think that that looked good. And so I tried a different white. Like I have toasted marshmallow, and that doesn't look good. So I think on this fabric, at least, the house needs to be a different color. So I think I'm just going to, I'll probably leave the grass, but then I will probably rip out the house and do, just change it all up. And I think Kimberly at Fat Quarter Shop changed hers, and so changed all the colors. So I need to look that up and see what she did, and maybe copy that. So, okay, next up is the Sampler Season Summer by Blueberry Ridge, which I love. And I just got a little bitty start on this. And I do not know what this fabric is. I think I could figure it out. But I love it. So it says to either use, it's got an overdyed Weeks Dye Works Scuppernong, or use 3364 and 3347 together. But I'm just using 3364 and one strand. So I love everything. Okay, this is another one where I'm like, what am I going to do? Okay, so this is Summertime by Primrose Cottage. And I love it. I love the colors and the brightness and everything. And I started on it, but then I'm like, it's a lot. And where am I going to put it? And what am I going to do with it? And so I'll show you what I did. I got this sweet and the watermelon. So I got this right here done. So what I was thinking about is just finishing, because it says sweet slice of summer. So it'd be like this little block right here. So I was thinking about just finishing that. And then maybe, depending on how that goes, pull some other little pieces out and just do little pieces instead of doing one big thing. So, um, so I don't know. It just kind of depends. This is a big enough piece to finish it. So once I do that section, I may keep going, or I'll just cut that out, make a pillow, and then I'll just maybe do a different one. Like beach days is really cute. That'd be really cute. Fun in the sun. You could do these little suitcases underneath vacation. That would be cute. Or you could just move vacation up so it was like next to them. So there's lots of options to pull stuff out. And so that may be what I end up doing. Because the colors are so pretty and bright. But there's just so many other things I want to do. Okay, so next up is Grand Old Flag from With I Needle and Thread. And when I saw this, I immediately bought it. And I've got this one done. This one's almost done, so I just have to do this one. And you'll see, I'm almost done with this. And I was really, really trying to just finish it. And I just couldn't. I was so sick of patriotic. So there's the first one. And then here is the flag. And I literally just have to finish that strip and do another 3. And that's it. And I could do it. I was like, I'm done. But this will be super fast. Then I'm going to whip them up so I have them for the display this year. So, love those. Okay, this next one is also a stitch along that was going on that I jumped on willy-nilly because that's just how I do. And it is the Loose Feathers by Blackbird. The 3-part series, so summer, autumn, and winter. And then on the back here, you can see all 3 right here. So that is what I'm doing. So it's going to be a long project, but I love it. I think it's so pretty. And each one has a different, there's like a couple other patterns. And so like this one has this and this. And then the winter or the summer one has these 2. So, so here is my start on summer. And so, okay, so I had big hopes of getting all of these word plays done last year. And they are harder than they look. They're a lot, or maybe I just was doing a lot and I never could get going on them. But anyway, I started this one. I do have a couple done, or I know January's done, and I have a couple of other ones that are in progress. But here's my little start. I just started in the bottom corner down here. So that's where I'm at. And I just pulled my own colors based on the picture. So I looked it up because this picture is not very great. So I looked it up on Instagram, a bunch of people's, and just kind of went off, like kind of did a combined of what I thought would look good and pulled my own DMC. Okay, so this next one is this is Casting a Spell, 32 count, Confederate Gray. And when I've had this for a while, and I like this look because this case, which you can see back here closed, is you get this at Hobby Lobby. And I like that, but then when I decided this year, I'm like, I'm just going to do a couple of random ones and just put them in a bowl. But now I'm back on I want to do all of it like this. So when Halloween rolls back around, I'll decide, I guess, what I want to do. But I'll show you what I have done so far. I have this done, and I have started on this. So I have my initial, and then I started on the alphabet. So not a lot. And here are the colors. So I have a big enough piece to do it all that way. So we'll just have to see. Okay. Next up is Autumn Provides by Summer House Stitchworks. And I would like to get all of these done eventually. I love this, the stripes of color. I think that's really cool. And it's actually a lot easier to do than you think, because it looks complicated. But honestly, if you just like start and do across the stitches, then you know that you just have to do the same color as long as you stay in that stitches. So it's kind of nice that way. And here is what I got done. So probably just was like, it looks like what I could fit in a hoop. And then I moved it down and did the orange a little bit before I stopped. So this is a piece of 28 count that I tea-dyed. Next up is Cozy Autumn Medley by Emily Call. And I love this. This is so pretty. And so I got all the tree done and the grass. And now I'm working on the letters. And this is a 28 count natural Lugana. So I just have to do the letters, the big pumpkin and the crow, and I'll be done. So love that. Mostly called for. I did have a couple that I didn't have, so I just kind of picked something on those. And then, okay, so I have a couple of Primrose Cottage. So first up is I Love Fall Most of All. And it is a variety of Classic Colorworks and 1 Week's Dye Works. So here's all the floss. And I just got like a little start on this. I'm pretty sure this is available now, but this was their fall Sip and Stitch box 2 years ago. Because last year they did Halloween. So sorry it's not ironed, but the next one, which was also in that box, I think, is this Autumn Quilt. And I got a little baby start on that. So just a little bit in the middle there. And then their Autumn Quaker, which is another one I love. And these are all 28 count mushroom. And then this is that start. And this is Pumpkin Pie by Color and Cotton. So there's the color. Okay, okay, this one, oh my god, I love this. I can't remember. Pumpkin Hollow Quilts, maybe. Is that a floss tuber? I'll put it down below because I saw this on her channel. She had it done and it is so gorgeous because this picture does not do it justice. And this is the Spooky Countdown by the Primitive Hair. And so I'm doing this where it's all together. And so this is where I got to. And I dyed this fabric myself, 28 count. And so, okay, so each one has this block around it. And I started off, I just did it like really long stitches, but they were like everywhere because I didn't realize that you had to anchor it. Or I kind of looked it up and it said the rule of thumb is only do 5 stitches. So that's what I did down here is I just did 5 stitches. Then I went back in and then did another long stitch that was 5 stitches. And that looks really good. So I just have to go back and outline these. And then I think this is the end. That would make sense because I don't think, yeah. There's not enough room for another one. So what I kind of start off is I started late, but I was going to do one every day. So I started late, and so I never got caught up, and then I fell behind, and it was just not working. Because there's just so much to stitch in October for Halloween and fall, and it's just like, I love that season, so it's a lot. So what I was thinking is that maybe in September, depending on what else I'm doing, I will finish this top part. And then in October, I can start and try to get one done a day. And if I get off, that's okay because I have 6 days. Plus, if I can stay on track, then I can do the bottom part with the days I have left over, because it's like, it says October 31st down here. So we'll see. Grand plans, don't always work out. But at least I have some progress on it. They did a couple letters purple, which is really cute. I should have done that, but I didn't see that. But this is what it looks like. And this is what I have so far. This is a piece that I dyed myself. And so this is where I'm at. So pretty far. I just have the C that's big, and then I just have to finish the letters, and there's like a few little motifs down here. So, but love it, love it, love it. And okay, so what is next? Okay, next up is, okay, so you can see right here the January house. So Confessions of a Homeschooler, Erica, so she did the trucks first, then she did the houses. And this was one of the first things that I did when I got back into cross stitching a couple years ago. And I've been trying to get all of the trucks and houses done, and I just have a couple left because I'll do really good for a couple months and then I'll fall off. And so I was like, this year when the month comes up, I'm doing it. I'm gonna finish it because they're really easy to do. So anyway, here's October, and here is my start on October. So I could really get this done in 1 or 2 sittings, and I just need to do it. And so I just buy these frames at Michael's. They have a couple different shapes, like as far as the outside, like with some ones that are like have like a little bit of scroll or whatever. And they're the perfect size, and they're $1. So I just paint them whatever color looks good with the month, and then pop them in there. They have a little stick on the back that is their stand, and you can take that out and tape it to the back, and then that way it just like lays flat to store. So okay, so that is October. My pile is gonna fall over here. Okay. All right, so next up is the Halloween Cauldron by Primrose Cottage. This was this year's fall box, which was Halloween themed. And they gave you the hoop. You just have to paint it black. And there was a couple of patterns in here. It came with the floss and a bunch of stuff. So I'll show you that. And I just love the cauldron, and I love this little bitty frog. And so this is where I got on that. So this is the hoop. You finish it in. The needle minder. This actually might have come with their free pattern kit. I'm not sure. But anyway, it came with these. So, and I guess you can use like alcohol and wipe this off and then rewrite on it. And then it came with, I think they all just fell off. It came with a couple of these charms. What they look like. And I'm doing them all as one piece. And this is where I got to. So that's the outline of one. So they're really little. And this is a piece that I tea dyed and then put in the oven to get these little like scorch marks. And I love it. So there's that. And then my last project is, this is on 32 count that I dyed myself. And this is All Are Equal in Death. So modern folk embroidery. And I just think this looks really cool. So I love it. I have a mistake, but this is my fabric, which I love. And this is my start. Okay, so basically I started in this corner and went over. And so this was probably all that was in my hoop. So I went ahead and did this letter and this letter. So then I probably started a new strand, and so I came back over here and did this. And when I started to do this vine, I realized that these letters weren't right. So I just have to rip this L out and finish ripping this out, and then it'll be okay. Sorry, I'm shaking the table, but, and I'm using 12 grain because I think it's like kind of variegated very, very slightly, and it kind of looks like old bones. So I think it's going to look really cute. Like, I don't have enough to really see it, but I think when it's all done, it's going to be pretty creepy. So I think that's kind of cool. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I just wanted to show you one more thing. And this is my ABC sampler. So I think I mentioned that I'm doing this. I work on this year, and my goal is to do one every month, and I already did the first block. So this is ABC, and I am doing my own colors, kind of. So I'm doing it all as one piece on this vintage country mocha. So here is my first block, and I love it so much. This was so much fun to do, and I think it's gonna look really good. So it'll be 3 across. And so basically what I did was I looked at a couple pictures, and I ended up on a picture that's actually Shepherd's Bush's photo. And I took all the patterns, and I had that picture on my phone, and I went to Hobby Lobby, and I just pulled a bunch of floss that I thought would look good based on just like the house colors and, you know, what I wanted. So like mine is a lot darker because I'm sure that they used overdyes. But like these flowers and pumpkins are a lot darker than their picture. And the color of the roof in this is like a red, whereas in the pattern it's like a brown. And so it's just little subtle changes, but I think it's going to be really pretty. And so I'm just I kind of pulled like a bunch based on all of them. And as I go, I'll just decide what color goes where. And then I wrote all of it down so that I know each month paper, and I have all of what I did on that. So that is my big project that I'm like making myself work on every month. So basically I have that. I have the months from Country Cottage, and then I just have a small sampler, the 2 that I pull from my decision wheel. And so all of those are in my stitching basket. Just a couple, I thought I would go through this. This is my bag of smalls. And I think I mentioned in the beginning that Jessica, Sweetwater Stitcher, and Bernadette, she mentioned that they were talking about doing some smalls. So just some, like I have these monochromatic seasons. I have this Beneath the Moon and Stars, and each one is 69 by 77. And then I have this, the Gathering Honey, and I have the Called For silk to do that. So I just have to find a fabric. Oh, love this so much. Always and Forever. I love these Words to Live By, and they're each 70 by 55. I love this Stitch in Time on the dark fabric, and I actually have that. I've had this for ages and ages. I have no idea. But I have this, and I have all the floss. And it came with this really cute, like, needle bling. But I've had that for years. The Quaker sewing tray. Not Forgotten Farms scissor pillow. This Quaker set. That's so pretty. I have a bunch of Stacy Nash. So this is To My Friend pin keep stack. This is also Stacy Nash Farmhouse Sampler Pin Keep. I love this because they're just really little. The alphabet and the scissor and the flower pot. I have this Light a Single Candle by Modern Folk Embroidery. And this is 97 by 81. Okay, so here's another one of those pillows. This is the blues. Okay, here's my 2023 collector's heart. I knew I had it. And I have the button and the fabric. So there's the pattern. I think oh yeah, this is in there too. So I need to do that for sure because that's all kitted up. Stacy Nash, Pink Primrose Pin Keep. The Quaker Sewing Tray Pin Keep. This Antique Scissors and Spools by Shakespeare's Peddler. The Necessity Sampler by Little House Needleworks. The Sewing Bird by Brenda Gervais. The Home of a Needleworker by Little House Needleworks. And this has all the floss. The Quilting Bird. And Stitch All the Things by Erica Michaels. So those are all like the smalls that I pulled that are under 100 by 100. And I just have them in this bag. And so basically between these and my samplers, I am going to have one going at all times. And in addition to everything else. And so I'll just have one of those smalls in my bag kind of at all times, and I'm gonna try to finish it before I start another one. So like I'm gonna try to finish that one blue sampler that I showed before I start something else. So before I start something else, I'll either pull another sampler or one of these smalls, and then that will be like what I stitch every month. So obviously stuff is going to come out that I will want to purchase because there's just so many beautiful things and so many talented designers. And so I know stuff is going to come out and it's going to be tempting. So I'm not saying that I'm not going to start anything new, but this is like everything I have and my plans for this year. So I really appreciate you guys staying. I know that it was long and there was some like craziness. But I really appreciate it. I hope I inspired you to pick something up and stitch, and I hope that 2025 is good to all of us. And so happy stitching, and I'll see you next time.